Good morning and welcome back to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, the news director here at LLC, and I am joined today on the show by Brian Therian, the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club of Lynn. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So, I guess could you give us a little bit of history on the Boys and Girls Club and then like what your mission is?
Okay.
Would you say?
So I'll start off with our mission is to inspire and enable all young people, especially those who need us the most, to be productive, responsible, and caring citizens. And that's what we put on the agenda for every staff meeting and every board meeting to remind us how important our role is within the city and the family and the children. What's unique about the Boys and Girls Club of Lynn is that we were the first 25 clubs throughout the country. And now there's over 4,000 Boys and Girls Clubs. And a lot of the Boys and Girls Clubs throughout the country followed the boilerplate of the Boys and Girls Club of Lynn to make sure that they hit on part of a lot of our pillars, the importance of education, career development, friendship, and building positive memories. So that's something very special that the board of directors and the staff at the Boys and Girls Club of Lynn have, is that tradition. And when we meet other clubs, it's something that we really put a lot of pride and effort into.
That's awesome, especially that's a great thing to have, that you're one of the first 25 and really helped inspire other ones. And I have to ask, you're the executive director, so what's involved with your role? Like, how did you get involved with the club?
So I began back in 1995 with the Friendly House, that was back in Worcester, and then I went to the Boys and Girls Club in Long Island called Grenville Baker Boys and Girls Club. I was the athletic director there, and then I moved up to Haverhill and became the CEO there for 12 years. Had a lot of great experiences as well as a lot of accomplishments with the board and through the community. And then I moved down into the Lynn area for the last 4 years. And one of the things that I try to bring is that the Boys and Girls Club culture back, making sure that every kid who comes to the club is excited to be there, that they're learning, that they're building memories and friendship. Right now we have 25 active board members that I'm very excited about. We began with 4 or 5 and we were able to build that up to 25. Right now we have 9 full-time staff and we have 40 part-time staff, so we're employing a lot of young adults throughout the city, giving them that job experience as well as them giving knowledge to the members. So it's really exciting. That was one of the things that I wanted to bring back, that excitement and what we're able to bring to the community. So it's very exciting to see it unfold, and we got a lot of great support from a lot of foundations, a lot of businesses and individuals, as well as the board of directors, and the staff is just excelling right now.
And that's great. Like you said, you have young adults that work there too, so you're getting to help them as well as kids, and they really get to help each other.
Yeah, and that's a goal, right? So they become members. They go through the system from 6 to about 12. And they're learning a lot of positive traits that they're going to make them positive adults, and then they continue to go to 16, 17. We want to employ them to give them their first job experience and give them the framework what they're going to need when they get into the real world. But during that time, we want them to be that positive adult role model for the younger kids, so then the younger kids have something to look forward to and be like, hey, you know what, I want to work at the Boys and Girls Club when I'm at that age too. So. It's pretty spectacular. It's just a beautiful place. I encourage everyone to come down and spend some time with the kids and just see like the excitement and that energy that's between the walls, for sure.
It is. It sounds like such a great cycle, good experience. And where are you located?
So we're at 25 North Common Street. We have a 30,000 square foot building that includes a swimming pool, a gymnasium, a licensed child care center, STEAM center, teen center as well. We also own a 140-acre camp in Middleton, which we're utilizing right now. It's for the summer camp. That consists of a pond for fishing and boating, in-ground pool, recreation hall, volleyball courts, basketball courts, and a lot of fields, so the kids are able to just run around. And currently we have over 320 kids that are attending the camp right now. So we're very excited about that. In years past, we were around 220, so we had an increase of 100 kids of the pre-pandemic numbers, and we're thrilled about that.
That's great. That's awesome that you're getting to help so many kids. And you were talking about the different programs. You just got a big grant from, it was the Cummings Foundation. If you wanted to, do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, I mean, to have partnerships with foundations of that magnitude where most people have like that eye opening, which is, we have the Amelia Peabody Foundation, education comes first, as well as now the Cummings Foundation. They made a 10-year commitment to our organization, $50,000 a year. And when you get that type of credibility, people, they want to know more. And, to share a little bit about, this is all about the STEAM, which is, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And one of the things that we strive for is if we can position our members so when they go to school, right, they're not always learning, they're reviewing. And that's the key, right? So as a child, you go into school and you're learning, that becomes exhausting. If they can learn some at the Boys and Girls Club and position, and then when the teacher is teaching some of the stuff and they're able to say, oh, I learned that already at the Boys and Girls Club, then they're going to become better students and they'll be more engaged and hopefully be leaders in the classroom. And that's one of our goals, and the Cummings Foundation is allowing us to be able to position our members into that way.
That's great. I love that. You said gives you that good credibility, and it also allowed you to create this other new partnership with Above the Clouds that you were talking about before, which sounds really exciting.
It's spectacular. Like the kids and the families too, right? So the parents or the guardians are going with our members, and they're learning how to fly. I mean, they're doing the whole aviation program. Above the Clouds has been just a fantastic partnership. And they actually went this morning, and they'll have 10 flights going up with the kids. They got all the gear on, and they're communicating with the pilot, and stuff like that is just like that. That's life changing, right? That's life altering, and to go home that night to be able to share something like that with their families and the parents of, that's a talking point. When they see other people, what'd you do? I flew a plane. Like, come on. This is what we're talking about. This is what the Boys and Girls Club's about, and this is what we're trying to, be a part of for the community, for the kids, is to position them to be leaders. So as they get older, they can hold conversations that are unique, and hopefully, business leaders in the community will be like, wow, that's I want to be a part. I want that person to be part of our organization.
Oh, yes, definitely. I'd definitely be very impressed by so many of the experiences they get. It's definitely a lot more than I had at that age.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
And we're fortunate. One of the things that we have to overcome is that we have a cost of doing business, which is right around 2.1 million, and then there's the amount that we could actually charge, the families. And there's a gap between that, and it was just about $1 million, right? So then the board of directors have to come in to figure out a way to reach that $1 million.
Right.
So we get grants through foundations and individuals and corporations, but then we also have fundraisers too, and a lot of word of mouth. And then the staff have to be proactive and pretty much promote and be an advocate of all the great things that we're doing. So every year, even though we have the budget of 2.1, but we still have to raise that $1 million. And then we can do these types of programs. So there's a lot of behind the scenes. We don't want the kids to ever feel that stress. Right. We want the kids to come in every day and get excited about what we're offering. But there's a lot of work behind the scenes that a lot of great people are doing to make sure that our kids have all the great experiences that they are.
Mm-hmm. And it is, like you said, it's definitely good for people to know about some of that behind-the-scenes stuff, so they see just how impressive this program is that you're building. Yeah,
absolutely. And we have these times of open houses and parent orientations where a lot of our families are feeling welcome, they're comfortable, and that's why we're seeing the growth in the numbers and the membership to almost doubling what they were pre-pandemic, is because I think that the community is understanding where we're positioning and what we want to accomplish and the exciting roles that we have, and as long as the families know that their child is safe, right, number one, yes. They're making friends, they're building memories, but more importantly, they're learning. And if we can accomplish all of that into an 8-hour day, then we had a great week, we had a great day, and that's what I always tell the staff, like, hey, what are we going to do in the next 8 hours that's going to make this impactful? And we put goals up on the board and we try to accomplish them.
That's awesome. And you were mentioning open houses and things, so how would you become a member or get involved with a club if you wanted to?
So, obviously anyone who lives in Lynn between the ages of 6 to 18 can be a member, but even outside of Lynn, you're more than welcome to come in. During the summertime, we have some surrounding areas that attend the camp, because it is in Middleton. But please, you get the website. You can call up for the Boys and Girls Club, and please, have your child come in. I mean, there's so many opportunities, especially In early September is when we have the open enrollment for the after-school program. You still can come, obviously, to the camp. You can call up and spend a week or two. But if you're looking for an after-school care, please, come down, take a visit, take a tour of the organization, see our staff, and see the wonderful things we can offer.
Yes, it does. And it does. It sounds like such an amazing organization, and I'm so glad you got to come in and talk about it with us and share more of it.
I appreciate you reaching out to us. We're always willing to let people know, like, how they can become a member. Very affordable, $100 fee for the whole after-school program, and we do accept vouchers for the licensed child care program. So thank you for having me. The city of Lynn is a great place, and youth development is something special and close to my heart, as well as all the staff, and we want to share that love with all the kids that we have in the community.
Yes, and it definitely sounds like you do so, for sure. So that brings us to the end of this week's Lynn Lowdown. I want to thank you again for watching. Come back next week for more news.